lot of people try to take a lot of things off us this year, but they will never ever take that off us.
It's just devastation. I even feel like emotional now thinking about it. How that felt in the moment, I just felt really just empty. And
it was obviously devastating because we worked so hard all year and our connection and everything was so good.
I think it was just that feeling of, oh, it hurt.
Flat, pretty flat, disappointed with our efforts. It just rattled the whole team a little bit.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. We put a lot into that year, and to have not been able to win it
was the day that made us a lot stronger, and that was a core pivotal memory and significant moment that had to happen for whatever reason for us to bring home the cup in 2024.
The main thing that came out of it was, you know, when the dust settled, that we didn't overanalyse it. You know, we had done so much right through the whole year that we had to take those good parts we did and replicate those in 2024.
It was where we solidified a lot of connection, and I look back on it and I think we had lots of fun. Like, we just had so much fun as a group, and we really prioritised, like, yeah, there was a bit of fitness and a bit of skills and things and team building, but most of all, we just had fun.
I think that was the turning point for the start of our 2024 season. The fact that we had so many attendees at the camp, the way we came together, we worked hard, but we had fun, we learnt about each other, and it really started the connection that we then continued to build for the rest of the season.
I think about Macca's face when we were doing the big swing at Camp Clayton, and the pure, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. And then she did it, and that was just the coolest thing to experience and be by someone's side. Like, yeah, and then that, I felt like we carried that in throughout the season, in that we're going to be by each other's side in everything that we do this season.
Absolutely horrible. I'll never forget that. I still hate heights.
And in that moment I thought, and we as coaches spoke about it afterwards, that how important that was, in the belief that on our own we can't do everything, but together we can achieve anything.
I really think it was the connection that we built as a team, which started from that pre-season camp and just continued to build all year. I remember after the ball, when every single player had been at the ball in our squad, that it was like, wow, this is the first time this has happened. We were getting huge numbers to training, everybody was turning up, everyone was connected, everybody was working hard, and I think we were driving each other to be better, and that was the standard we set for the year.
I think we just had fun. I think when we played our better games, when we went out and said, let's put a smile on our face and just play footy, that's when we produced our best footy.
Our massive theme of the year was connection, so I think as we just kept building and building on that connection, like,
every night through the rain and hail and everything, we just kept building and training, and yeah, we just loved each other and grew as a team so much. So I think that really pushed us through to the end.
I think the forming really strong connections, thinking about our why a lot, thinking about the journey this time rather than the end result, I think that made us quite successful in the end.
Our inner sanctum was a place where people could be themselves, be vulnerable, have fun, support each other, challenge each other, and that connection piece was the catalyst of the whole thing.
The fact that we were all in the change rooms dancing before the game, like we were all happy to be there, we were excited.
What stands out to me the most is that we had a real focus on having fun and that football is fun.
You know, we did lots of fun things along the way, and however, I just think we got the best out of the group last year because they could actually see their potential, they could see their worth and their value in the team. And all of those things, connection and having fun, was such a priority that it just made sense that we did so well as a group.
Here we go, opening term, Premier Division Women's Grand Final.
Every time you're in the back line and you see one of your teammates get a goal, you think, oh, like, yes, like, yes. And so when Macca scored, you know, we talked a lot in 2024 about getting scores on the board early and what that means for us and our momentum and our energy and our excitement. And so, yeah, that first goal was pure gold.
High ball there from the Bridge North forward, pumping it forward, and that's a terrific mark taken on this occasion by Emily McKinnell. She's going to be shooting from directly in front, around about 20 metres out when she lets this one go. Strikes it nicely. All clear, says the umpire. The Parrots are on the board.
I have like parts of the grand final that live rent-free in my head, and that would have to be one of them.
What I remember most from that goal and mark was Macca's celebration. Macca doesn't celebrate often, and the way she celebrated that goal, and it was so early in the game, it was like, we're on here, like, this is going to be a good day.
That moment when she took the mark, and then Macca's not one to celebrate, but when she jumped in the air and gave like a double fist pump, it was like, oh my God, we are on here today. Like, if Macca's up and about celebrating, let's f***ing go. Like, yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, thinking about it.
We've got about 30 seconds remaining. Everything will have to go right, and it doesn't, because it's rebounded very nicely there by Walker once again. And we'll look for and find her co-skipper, Alice Robinson, who can relieve it. Nice mark taken here by Jenna Griffiths. Last chance, unable to take it there. Oh, now here's a chance. The kick is a goal.
Oh,
McKinnell.
Siren.
Oh, first thought, I should have marked it. It bounced straight off my chest. So I just wanted to obviously make up for dropping it. And yeah, I just remember picking up and having a snap, and luckily it rolled through and the siren went, so it was pretty good timing.
I think that just sent us into halftime feeling good. Like, it had been like a scrappy play in the build-up, and it had just come off. We'd hit a target when we were just trying to get the ball forward. And for Macca to finish off with that goal right on half-time just really sent us into half-time excited.
We'd got it off half back, but the ball was in the hands of both our captains, Jenna Griffiths as well, and then finished with Macca, who finished the goal with only probably 3 seconds left on the clock, and it was just gave us that extra burst to go into the half-time break with the confidence up, and it was very timely.
They'll come forward, kick, it's going to bounce. Is it going to bounce all the way? It's not. Picking up the ball, beautiful work, great tackle. Didn't see it coming. Taylor Lehman pinged for holding the ball. Wonderful work there from Alice Robinson.
That's a goal-saving tackle.
It's probably one of my biggest highlights of the year, I reckon. Those type of acts are what we celebrate every week when we do a review. You know, we'd show those type of acts in the lead up to the next week's game, and we'd celebrate them. And to see your captain do that, when the scores were relatively close in the third quarter, had they kicked that goal, there wasn't much in it. It was under a couple of goals, I think.
But I think that's actually probably one of my favourite sporting moments I've ever had, because I think if they kicked that goal, I think that would have changed it for them. I think they would have rallied really hard if they got that goal. And so I feel quite proud that I was able to have quite an impact in a pivotal moment.
I don't think anything can top that. That was just so good.
I don't even know where she came from. Obviously, I was the one right there, and the Wells player had gone one way and I'd gone that way as well, and then all of a sudden Alice just appeared from nowhere and she was on the ground, and I was like, how did that just happen? Like, that was huge.
What a moment. I remember I'm running down the middle of the field and I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to get there. Here comes Alice. And yeah, what a moment that was. Gee, we got around her. That was really exciting, yeah.
And there it is, the Bridgnorth Parrots, 3 goals, 8-26, defeating OL's 4 behinds in the grand final. Bridgnorth are premiers, and what a fantastic result that is. It's 9 months worth of work to get here today.
I remember looking up at the scoreboard with like 4 minutes to go, and we were obviously comfortable, and I thought our defence was quite good at that point in the game, but you kind of just get that real buzz of excitement and just relief of like, we've worked all year to be here and we've got 4 minutes left, and then we're going to hold the cup up. Like, it's such a surreal feeling. Like, you can't even explain it to anyone else that like wasn't there. It's just, it gives me goosebumps. I was on the sideline, so yeah, looking over to you, Bobby, and seeing the tears start to feel, I was like, oh, no, just like emotions started to build. And yeah, when I think it was probably like a minute left or 2 minutes left, we were all just getting really excited, and it was just a big relief. Like, we'd finally done it after the whole year, and yeah, it was amazing, unreal.
It was an amazing feeling. Like, you can't beat it. Like, everyone's just up and about, you know, celebrating. Like, it was pretty emotional actually, but yeah, it was the best feeling and it was the best day celebrating.
And when the final siren going and the relief of, yeah, we've done it. I think there's a nice photo of us all running up to you, Bobs. Like, that was when it really hits and you go, we've done it. Mix of emotions, happiness, yeah, relief. It was, yeah, it's nothing better than winning a granny.
Yeah, I think when the final siren went, it was like this sense of pride. This makes sense. This is meant to be our year.
So, and then when the siren went, that was just pure joy. First person I hugged was Grace, and then Maddie, and then all I thought about was, where the hell is Bobby Beams? That man, I need to tackle that man. So yeah, that was a really cool moment.
It was sheer relief at first, but then it was just elation. It was like, oh my God, we have done it. And it was trying to find that closest person that I was with, and I'm pretty sure I was closest to Grace, and we just turned to each other and we literally like fell into each other's arms, and it was like, thank God that that's done and we've done it.
And to this brilliant group of players, 25 of you, it took us all to get there. We did it. We did it, and we're going to enjoy it.
For me, building the relationship with your players that's the art of coaching. And every player that played and every player within our squad, everyone had a story along the journey to get where we got, and the appreciation and the love that was shown for everyone straight after the game and in the days after the game was huge. We'd built some really close bonds as a group, and yeah, there's moments there that I'll take to my grave. They were very, very special.
So the Premiership Cup in our Premier Division for 2024 goes to the Bridgenorth Football Club.
Never ever get to these rooms when it's not player led. And you girls led it, and everyone bought in, and that's why that's sitting there. Well done.